Hey YouTube, PhatPastor here. Thank you for watching and coming out tonight. Want to say welcome to the TinyWhoop racers, Tiny Trainer racers, Long Rangers, Open Class, and Freestyle pilots around the world. This is Thursday Night Live. This is a special version. I was not able to get the special version of my thumbnail up, but this this stream is the big 5-0 celebration, and I've got a special guest tonight. As soon as I can get my stream pulled up here so I can see what's going on. There we go. All right. Why is the chat not being populated? Let me put the chat back and then pop it out again. And then pop out chat. All right, let's see if that works now. See if that'll show up. All right, there we go. Now we got it working. It's Audrey there. So, all right. Volume, just in general, sounds low on my end, but uh, we hear you, but the intro had no sound. Okay. Yeah, it's because I'm working it. Had to do some. Hey, you guys. Had to do a little bit of monkeying around magic to be able to bring on tonight's special guest, and I may end up muting Jarvis for a little while this guest is on. This is the first time that they've ever been on an FPV podcast or live stream, but I figured everybody would have a good time with this tonight. Tomorrow is the big 5-0 for me. I turn 50 years old tomorrow, and I've got a special guest here tonight that will let you guys ask them any question that you want to, and that guest is my mom. Hi, Mom. You're on.
Hey.
How's everybody? This is Fat Pastor's mama here, and she is here to answer any of your um, embarrassing questions. Uh, now let's keep it, which I know you guys will. Let's keep it respectful. This is my mother, but she's on here to tell you what life was like when I was little or whatever, and just how much of a blessed child I was. So, but let me go over real quick before we get too far in the the chat. We got Oops FPV, we got Audrey Whitson, we got FPV Avery, we got Digital with us, and first question comes up quick. It's by FPV Avery. He said, "What was Pastor like as a kid?"
He was a very, very happy child. Big jokester. He could make you laugh. He was completely satisfied.
And I was skinny.
Yes, very skinny.
I was very skinny. Uh, so I don't know if Jarvis is working, but now was I was I wasn't born on Easter, was I?
No, no.
Okay, it was close to it, right?
Yeah, close to it.
Okay. So FPV Avery said, so he's not changed.
No, he's just got fatter.
Fatter and hairier in some places,
Yeah,
less hairier in others.
that
So
runs in the family.
I'm more fortunate on that end than my brother.
Yes.
My brother, when he was in his 20s, he went relatively bald. So yeah, tonight we're just going to kind of keep things open for a little while with Mom here, and she's not going to be able to be on
Jake FPV.
all
Hey
night.
PhatPastor, happy birthday.
It's got everybody telling me happy birthday, happy birthday. Thanks, guys. Um, yeah. Now, Mom's not going to be on here for a while, so if you guys have any questions, you know, I'm not only her son, but I'm also her pastor. So
Mhm.
that's that's a bit different of a situation. So FPV Avery said, "LOL, she made me laugh while running." So evidently he's listening and jogging or something, and so probably yeah, but a lot fatter. So with a pH, with a pH. This is uh, mom. The one of the things that a lot of people don't know, a lot of people haven't even put it together in our family, is my birthday's March 29th, but mom's birthday is April 29th. So I'm gonna,
The Nice Guy 007.
so I have to turn back around in a month and get her something. So I usually just send her a picture of myself, and it's enough. No, she's trying to give away the pictures of me, and I didn't purposefully give her a whole lot of time because I didn't want her to go pull out all those pictures because there's a few of them that it's kind of embarrassing. So, uh, Mama doesn't fly drones, but she comes up to just about every whoop race that we have, and nothing else to bring my great nephew, her great grandson. He loves drones, and uh, he loves to come up and see what we're doing. And my niece is probably trying very hard to keep him out and away from mom right now because I think if he had a clue what you were doing, he'd be in there right on top of you.
Oh, yeah.
We might let him pop in there toward the end.
KILLDOZER underscore
Hey,
FPV.
Killdozer, how's it going? Killdozer is the moderator's moderator. For those of you that just jumped on, special guest tonight is PhatPastor's mama. We're celebrating my 50th anniversary, my 50th birthday one day early, and Mama's on here to answer any questions that you guys might have if they're embarrassing. So far, there's not been any bad ones. You guys, I mean, I figured you guys would be coming up with you know some odd questions. Uh, I was mother's last. I'm the youngest. When she had me, she saw perfection and was able to stop. One thing that she always told me growing up, you can tell them, what did you see back then? They didn't let you know beforehand whether it was a boy or a girl.
Right.
You can tell them what you said when I was born and the doctor said it's a boy.
Yeah, I said, put him back. I want a girl. I had convinced myself that you was a little girl.
Yeah, FPV Avery wants to know what was the most trouble Pastor got in as a child.
Probably chasing his brother through the house with a butcher knife.
Just
They
glad,
didn't get along very well at all.
just just glad that he was faster than me, huh?
That's right.
Oh, Digital said LOL. She couldn't hand another one like you. Digical's
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Digital is Mark, Mom, from church. So you see that. Uh, yeah. So you wanted them to put me back,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm guessing now after nothing against my sister and everything, but after raising two boys and one girl, are you kind of glad I wasn't a girl?
Oh, yes. Very much so. I don't think I could have handled another girl.
No, no. I love my sister, but she she well, but her mom's close in a way that's different than me and my brother are. I guess when you have
Yeah.
a daughter, it's different and all of that. So, but yeah, and I'm blessed. Let me say this: I'm very fortunate and blessed to be turning 50 years old and to still have my mother. I don't have my father; he's gone. He died what? How many years ago now, Mom?
Oh, gosh. I'm afraid you're going to ask that.
Wasn't it
uh,
2013?
yeah. Yeah. something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so about 10. No, he ain't been dead 10 years, has he?
No,
2018. I don't remember. I don't remember now.
it ain't been real long.
Yeah, but I'm blessed and fortunate to still have mom, and she lives right down the road from me and uh, attends church with us. Uh, uh, Oops FPV says it's awesome to have you on the channel.
Thank you.
That's Casey. Oops, it's Casey. He said, and a blessing too. So yeah. So, Mama, you ever going to learn to fly drones?
No,
You don't have any desire?
I am too old to learn anything else.
She
I've got
says
all
that.
I can handle,
She says that, but she can work an iPhone.
Hope you're doing well. I miss
partially.
you all already.
Well, somewhat. But she did
Mm,
have to. She did have to get my. Uh, did have to get my niece to come in and get it
mm.
to lock in the horizontal position for her. So, uh, Digital says, I definitely have to put this one on. You raised an amazing person.
Yes, I did. I'll have to agree.
Mm. And he's not met my brother or my sister, so he has to be talking about me. So I will take that. Thank you. Thank you. Checks in
I
the
am
mail.
very, very proud of my baby. Very proud.
Oh, here's something that you'll like. You did a great job on the spaghetti at the last whoop race. Z King
Well,
FPV.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
She likes to do stuff like
What
that,
was
likes
your
to help.
favorite holiday to spend with
Yes,
the
I do.
kids when they were young?
Oh, I know this answer. Um, FPV Avery said, "What was your favorite holiday to spend with the kids when they were young?"
Christmas.
Christmas is still mom's favorite holiday.
Yes.
Uh, how many Santas do you say you're up to now, Mama?
Oh, whew. At least 50, 75.
Yeah,
It's way up there.
I know at one time back before Dad passed, uh, my wife and I we always used to celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. So my wife and I and our daughter and her kids, we would come up, my brother and my sister's kids, and we were there. And my wife and I uh, were talking on the way. We lived in Gallatin at the time. We talking and was like, we need to count how many Santas that nanny. That's what the grandkids call her. What that nanny has. And my wife was like, it's got to be over 100. I was like, you no, it's definitely not 100. If my memory serves me correctly, it was like 120 something in the living room and kitchen dining room area.
Mhm.
So she had them everywhere. Killdozer asked this, Miss Smarty, if you could go back to any era, like 50s, 60s, 70s, etc., or stay in the 2020s, what would you choose? Ooh,
In the 60s.
in the 60s.
Yes.
That's before
Yes.
that's before any of us. That's before my
Yes.
sister. That's even
Yes.
before her great grandkids. I would have thought she'd have said I'd stay right here while all my grandkids, but she was
Yeah, I'd go back to the 60s. There's a lot of changes I'd make in my life if I could go back. But having my kids and my grandkids ain't one of them.
okay. Good question. Why?
uh, that's a hard one to answer.
uh, it- Killdozer says I had a feeling it would be the 60s because I asked her one time. Life was not like Greece. You didn't walk around in high school saying, "You're the one that I want." When that
No, no, it was, but it was a whole lot better than now.
times were simpler, is
Yes.
what Killdozer said. I I can tell a little something on mom and get her stirred up, and she would maybe tell some stuff on me. Back in the day, mom was what would you call it? A semi-professional clogger.
Yes.
She was on what, the Ralph Emery show? Is that what it was?
No, it was oh, I forgot his name. Carl Tipton.
Carl Tipton.
Carl Tipton show.
She was a clogger on the Carl Tipton show. So she could scoot. I bet if she tried to now, she still could dance a little bit. She'd have to stop and take a little oxygen every now and then.
Yeah, I probably could if I had my oxygen on.
But Killdozer says, "So are y'all Dutch then?" No,
No,
no. I called it
it
clogging.
wasn't.
Go
It
ahead.
wasn't called clogging back in my day. It was called square dancing, buck dancing,
Buck dancing.
buck dancing.
Yeah, like all of the girls in our family growing up, they could all do it. And
Hmm.
me being one of the youngest, there's only a few even on Mama's side that's younger than me, right? I'm Tammy and Alicia, and that's about it, right?
Yeah, it is.
So me being one of the youngest boys, my cousins Tony, if you're watching, Tony and Missy, my sister, they would always want to grab me at like 7 or 8 years old and want to teach me how to two step. And I could count to two, but I never really got the two step down. And when my wife and I got married, we went with somebody and she wanted to go dance, and so I took her. And I'm just not a dancer. I'm a jokester. I'm not a dancer. So I guess I get that from my daddy. My daddy was not a dancer either.
No, he wasn't.
Two left feet,
Yep.
two step like 50 Cent. No, no, more like uh,
Two steps up and one back.
yeah, more like country line dancing, like you see now, but with a partner and boots. And I can remember. Some of you. This is going to date some of you. Some of you won't even know what I'm talking about. But I can remember going to Gillies
Hmm.
with my mom and my aunt and my dad, my family, and them. We lived in Texas for a little while, and my mama and my aunt, they used to. This was the thing. They had those. What were they? Mesh hats, mama, that were
Yeah,
spray painted,
yep.
and they had
Cowboy hat.
cowboy hats and had big feather thing on them. Oh, look at that. See if it'll do it again. Oh, well,
No, I didn't do it again.
well. They had a little feather thing on them. Then there it goes. Then it went down and it wrapped around it in a band. If you've ever seen, if you want to know what Gillies is, you young people, just Google.
Mickey Gilly.
Well, what was the movie? Urban Cowboy, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Urban Cowboy had John Travolta, young John Travolta, in it, and that's what most of all of that was filmed in Gillies, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we lived in Houston for a little while. What's mom's favorite hobby that keeps her busy?
Crocheting.
Yeah, but I would have said her favorite hobby is her great grandkids.
Well, yeah, yeah. I don't have too awful much time to crochet since my grandbabies are living with me.
Yeah, like Scoot and Boogie
Um,
of sorts. Yeah, kind of like Boot Scoot Boogie or something like that, I guess.
yeah.
But with more talent. You got to have more talent. It's really kind of like the country western dancing was more like kind of like a cross between clogging and a mild form of tango because they would hold hands, like, and then they would spin, and at certain times you just didn't go two steps one way, another step back, two step one way, another step back. It was, and you did it in a circle, which always confused me as a kid. They called it square dancing, was always in a circle. So Killdozer was gonna guess knitting. I don't guess you've ever knitted, have you?
I can knit, but I prefer not to. I don't like it as good as I do crocheting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And let me see if I can. I'm watching the chat. You can't see. Mom can't see that at all. We're actually on. She's um on a uh FaceTime live with me. So yes, yes. He said she is she too young to have lived through the Great Depression? I assume yes.
Yeah,
But mom's family lived like people did in the Great Depression. Mom's family was mom. She grew up a very poor family. Uh,
yeah,
your daddy was a sharecropper, right, Mom?
yes,
And in the South, he was a sharecropper for a black man, right?
yes,
Who was a deputy sheriff or something.
yes,
Yeah. So back in the time of the '60s, uh, when Mom was growing up, during all of that racial stuff, uh, Mom didn't grow up in any. You think you're taught by the media that that stuff was everywhere, but it wasn't in my mother's family. You know,
no,
she grew up, you know, poorer than a lot of the black kids around in the neighborhood and or well, there wasn't really a neighborhood but around where she went to school and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Mama's only 61. She just looks a lot. uh,
I wish.
uh, she had me when she was 11. Her third kid. They did things early back then. one
Still
one
a jokester.
yeah. So, FPV Avery. Thank you for all the questions, FPV Avery. Said one more, then I've got to grab a quick shower. Uh, where was mom's favorite place to live? Here, Texas.
Well, it was home here, but I really, really liked living in Houston.
Yeah, yeah. We just had more. We had more family here.
Yeah, if my family
Randy
had all
P.
had moved with me, I would say Texas.
Yeah. Randy said hello, Mama Joe.
Hello.
Randy Pettigo. So he's
Hi,
watching.
Randy.
So no, it was not everywhere. Yeah, that's right. Racism was not everywhere. Killdozer. Uh,
No.
Texas would be awesome. Texas was a culture shock for me. Uh, I was we left the first grade, and you know that's a whole nother story. And mom can vouch for it. When I was in the first grade, I was a I was a terror to my teacher. Um,
Yes.
she would what was it? She'd cry. She'd call you up and just cry, wouldn't she?
Yeah. I just can't handle him. What do I do?
And everything Mama told her to try, it didn't work. Just and then later I
Yeah.
met her, which I saw her. What was it? Oh, I guess it was probably 15, 20 years later. My niece, my sister's oldest, I went with mom to register her, and she got that teacher, and that teacher was like, "She's not." And mom's like, "No, no, no." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then my daughter ended up having her, but I met her uh, before my daughter had her. I saw her out when I was ministering. I was already ministering in a church, and she come to that church to walk on the walking track. It had a gym and a walking track, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I'm a pastor." And she's like, "You're a what?" But yeah, it was. I was. I was. I wasn't very nice to her. So, uh,
No.
but most other people, I was. I was really nice to her. I had a I remember I had a very tender heart, and I used to think that that was bad, that that I cared too much, but I don't think so now. So, any other questions for Mom? I'm not going to keep her too much longer. Uh, I might let Easton jump on, and Easton, well, Weston. We have two in our church, and
He
go ahead.
he's not here.
Oh, he's not. Oh, okay.
No.
Fat Pastor Mama. It said I missed the beginning. How do we address Grandma Pastor? Call her Fat Pastor Mama. I'm gonna get her. She usually has some of my shirts to wear, but I'm gonna get her the Rise Up and Meet Me in the Air. I think with the granny on it, and put on the back of it Fat Pastor Mama on it. And she her and my nieces and all of that, they advertise my channel all the time. I get a new shirt, they're usually some of the first to order them and put them on. So yeah, but Fat Pastor Mama is what you can call her, or as Randy put here, a lot of people at church just call her Mama Joe,
Hmm.
and that's what most of the kids call her and all of that. So she's kind of the church mama now. And but don't make that think that she won't put you right. She's got a hold of more than one in the church because she thought they were no, because she knew they were doing me wrong. Yeah.
Hmm.
She called one out one Sunday. She's like, "And you did this. This is your fault. You fix it." So okay, here's a serious question, Mom. Does Fat Pastor Mama believe Bigfoot is real? Or
Yes, I
okay, okay,
yes I do
you want to tell them why?
because I've seen him.
She's seen him. A story when there was a supposedly it was documented by the police and everything that there was
Yep,
one right near their elementary school that was albino, solid white, whatever. They called it
yep.
the white
The
thing,
white thing.
and my mother seen it. Uh, my aunt's seen it. Evidently, it came out one time. Now, you didn't see it when it come out at the playground, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't personally see it then,
That's when Aunt
but I did
Debbie.
years later.
That's when Aunt Debbie and them saw it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. The story goes is the old country elementary school that the kids were out in the back, and there was a creek that ran along the back of it, and there was a guy that kept a hog pen down by the creek. And if I'm telling this right, Mom, if I get it wrong, correct me, because
yeah, okay.
that thing jumped a fence, grabbed a full size hog, and jumped back over the fence and took it out past the creek.
Yes.
And the sheriff's department was called out, and they found white hair on the fence that was not a hog's hair and it wasn't a human's hair. So yeah, Mama has seen the white thing or Bigfoot. I've heard that story, and my aunt's seen it too. There was a lot of people down in that area where Mom lived, and a lot of the kids at the school, and even some of the teachers saw it. So it wasn't a rare thing around here. A lot of old timers have stories about it, but uh, so yeah, he was Kyoto's were like, no way,
Yes.
OMG. He said, I was going to ask if there's ever anything else you saw that you couldn't explain.
No, that was the only thing. And I only seen it once. That was enough.
Yeah. Now in your story, it was running beside y'all. Y'all were driving in a car, right?
Yeah.
And it was running in a field and keeping up with you, right? Is that
Yes.
about how
And it could run. It almost outrun us.
and how fast you think you were going?
Well, it was a gravel road, so we probably wasn't going over 20 or 30 miles an hour.
And did it look like it was full speed running or kind of jogging?
Kind of jogging. And it was big and it was on 2 feet.
And did it cross the road or did it just turn into the woods?
It turned into the woods and we hightailed it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's that is so crazy. Uh, he says that he says I've loved getting stories from wise people who have been around for a while.
Mhm.
This is Killdozer Mike. He's kind of the moderator's moderator on Discords, and he's he's an old veteran here himself. So, uh, anything else? Anything you'd like to share, Mama?
No, can't think of nothing.
Nothing good you'd like to say about your son or anything?
Well, I've already said that I'm very, very proud of you. One of, excuse me, one of the best pastors I've ever sat under.
One of, not the, but one of.
One of,
Right.
yes. I've had one more that it's as good as Marty, but he's a fine pastor.
I paid her. I paid her to say it all.
And he's a very, very good son. Very good.
When I'm asleep, that's what she used to say.
Thank goodness he growed out all that meanness.
Mm-hmm. Killdozer asked, did people back in the 60s believe that JFK's assassination was an inside job, or did
Yes.
that come later? Yeah,
No, they believed it from the get go.
yeah. See, this is something we talked about in our church on a Wednesday night Bible study. Is a lot of people, my in-laws, they attend on Wednesday night for our Bible studies, and even my father-in-law said that he noticed the first um, reports on the news was that uh, President John F. Kennedy had been assassinated by a lone gunman. That's how they put it.
Mhm.
And they didn't know that, supposedly, until after the Warren Commission had spent months, if not over a year, studying it. So uh, most people around here were familiar with guns and hunting and all that kind of stuff, and knew that this, especially when the Zapruder film was released, that something wasn't right. He said he was always wondering if people bought that back then.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. No, that's one thing. I think that's another thing that the media and the fake news and even schools get wrong is they they got this stereotype that country people, because we have a slang or a twang when we speak, that somehow they were stupid.
Hmm.
Uh, my dad and my uncles, the ones that I can remember from my mom's side and stuff, uh, even my aunts, you know,
Bitterroot
they
FPV.
were they were all very intelligent people, and it you had to get up early if you was going to pull one over on them. Um, Let me read this here. It says people who were there didn't get much airtime on the news. From what I hear, they saw someone, they saw some things that did not fit the narrative. Yeah, that's right. Now I can tell you, Mom might remember this. This is before we knew that my youngest uh, had anything, that she was born handicapped. Um, we were at Aunt Zadie's, Mom, for um,
I am
4th of
lost.
July, and one of um, Dave, not Dave, but Billy's.
Hmm.
one of Billy's daughters or something had a baby doll that was about the size of Becky, and it was a realistic looking baby doll. And I asked her if I could borrow it, and I wrapped it up in Becky's blanket. And Mom and Aunt Debbie and I think my sister and several of them was sitting out on the front porch on a swing. And I come in from the outside and I act like I tripped, and I flung that baby down on the front porch, and thinking that I was going to get a laugh from them. Well, they all jumped up and almost made it to the doll before it even hit the porch. And when my Aunt Zadie, who was what, 85 pounds soaking wet, Mama,
Yes. She's
but
very smart.
but a firecracker. No, a stick of dynamite.
Mhm.
Mama and them, when they realized it was a baby, they was like, Marty, and Aunt Zadie had this look like, boy, I will kill you. That's not funny. And I was like, whoa. I went from laughing to being in trouble real quick. Uh, Killdozer says, yeah, country people will be the last ones alive after everything goes to heck.
There you go.
Hmm. Yeah, learn how to. Mom used to tell stories about making cracklings from
Yep.
the hog when they would clean, and making soap from the fat of the hog, and that when they grew up and they killed a hog, they used all of it.
Hmm.
Killdozer's reminding everybody that come on. She said she seen Bigfoot. Y'all missed it. uh, says, man, of course, y'all start talking about Bigfoot and 60 conspiracy theories. I wish th- conspiracy theories when I was in the shower and couldn't type. Oh, well, we can bring it back up. She's not in too big of a hurry. You guys got any questions? She's a good mama. She's the best mama I ever had. So, no, always. Uh, I grew up that I remember that when school was out, Mama was excited as excited for us to be home as we were. Uh, she loved having us at home, and did without a lot of times so that we could have toys and have fun and uh, all of that kind of stuff. No, does Mama fly RC? No, she doesn't fly on ERC. Mama doesn't even like to fly.
No.
If you know, uh, her oldest brother before he passed uh, lived in California, and he got sick and was dying from cancer. And my mom and my two aunts wanted to go out to see him, and because many reasons, but because mom didn't like to fly. Uh, at 19 years old, I climbed in the car with Thelma and Louise and Blanche from. Uh, I know Thelma and Louise was not from Golden Girls, but it was me at 19 years old and three no, Aunt Debbie wasn't a granny by then, but she was not far from it. Uh, we drove from Middle Tennessee to Whittier, Los Angeles, California, and that was that was a that was an experience. Just say it that way. It was. I learned a whole lot. I learned a whole lot about myself, about the country, and about uh, Thelma, Louise, and Blanche in a car for 3 days. So FP said it's all good. I got to listen. Honestly, your mom seems like a hoot. Uh, I call my mama. I call my mom mama also. Yep. Oh, she'll always be Mama. Uh, I have a good one. Do PhatPastor Mama like Frank Sinatra? You like Frank Sinatra?
No, not really.
Mama's favorite. Let me see if I can guess. I'm going to try to pick your top five, Mama. Loretta Lynn, Merle Haggard, George Strait. Oh, now it's getting more tough. Vern Gosdin. Oh, that one come out of nowhere. And
What's Mom?
uh, I can't think of the fifth one. Give me the fifth one. If I got four.
How about Elvis?
Elvis. All right, that's right. Elvis. She definitely a country gal.
Yep.
Bitterroot said that his father was a Whittier police officer in the 70s.
Wow.
When we
My brother lived in Los County around Whittier for 30 years.
and what was the first thing that I remember about Whittier when I went with Thelma and Louise and Blanche was that we went we got there and we was going to go, was it a Sizzler that we was going to go to, Mom? Western
Yeah,
Sizzler?
it was. Yeah, Sizzler.
And we were driving and there were signs on the side of the road that says no smoking in public. And I can remember because all three of my aunts, Mom and my two aunts, uh, they all smoked. And I thought they were going to hurt somebody. That that there was nowhere you could smoke in Whittier but inside your car and or inside your home. And they were just, I mean, of course I smoked at that time. So, uh, but yeah, that was that was kind of a culture shock. What's what dish is your favorite? Are you famous for making? Well, it depends on who you're asking. Are you asking me what dishes my mom what famous for making? I'd say her fried potatoes, or as we call them, fried taters. But I think Mom was famous for making canned sauerkraut. People would come from all over the family and get that mess, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I hated it. Stunk up the whole house. Killdozer says Loretta Lynn grew up down the road from where I lived growing up. Oh, so you live pretty close to Butcher Holler in Kentucky, right? Wasn't she in Kentucky, Mom?
That's where she was born. Yeah, in Kentucky.
He said Loretta Lynn grew up down the road from where I lived growing up. Yeah,
Where he grew up.
yeah, where he grew up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that you lived in the Kentucky area. Now that they moved that, did she ever move that old house, or that was
Yeah.
Dolly?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they actually moved it or if they just replicated it at Hurricane Mills. Come here. Weston's here.
Okay.
You want to say something about Marty? Are you done?
Hey, buddy, got to simmer down a little bit, okay? Where you're actually
It's
on the live
almost his
stream.
bedtime.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I got any more questions. I love to hear the stories. Uh, Remind me of the good old days. Uh, that's it. Be quiet, Weston. Part of her upbringing up north by me. Oh, did she live up north, Mama?
I don't know.
Okay. Somebody says, "Hi, kid." His name is Weston. You don't want to sit up and say hello, Weston?
You want to sit up and say hi?
You can go back and look at it later on the TV.
You can go back and look.
He lay there another 5 minutes. He'll be asleep. All right, Mom, I can let you go. All right. Any last questions you guys got for Mom before I cut her off here and go into the mailbag or mail call?
Keep it straight.
Don't talk like a baby. You can talk like a big boy. Come on. He's gonna fly drones. Wants me to teach him to fly drones one day. Don't you, Weston? All right. All right. Mom, I'm gonna let you go.
All righty.
All right, Mom.
You enjoyed talking to everybody.
All right.
I want to say hi to
All right. Hang up on me, Mom. There you go. All right. Let's do that. There we go. So I can get it switched. That was PhatPastor Mama. So I'll put these up there. Yes, he was about to pass out. Check this one out. All right. I'll have to copy it. I'll see if I can copy it. I don't know how to copy it from there. Copy. Let me pull it up. Oh. Northwest Music Archive. Let me see if I can go back to this. Yeah. Here, Northwest Music Archive. Mama's Knee. Yeah, a lot of these old songs like this. Now, my wife's family, my wife's uncle was on the Grand. He was the session bassist on the Grand Ole Opry for like 30 years. And his mother wrote a couple of songs, one of which George Strait, I believe it was, picked it up. And my voice is sounding better. That's good. It don't feel much better. But yeah, I'll have to look into this and show it to Mom. She's got a lot of the old the oldies but goodies. So let's see. They say thanks so much for your time, Mom. Yeah, I thought it'd be a little bit of a little treat for you guys to meet my mother, and uh, I figured there'd be more questions about uh, Disruly Marty, but I really was a pretty good kid when I wasn't in school. Uh, that's the thing. I did not like school, so I acted out to get to come home. So uh, let me. I'm sorry. Let me answer this text real quick. This is something to do with church. All right. I think I got it done. All right. All right, let me shift here. Yeah, um, tomorrow's the big 5-0. I thought about doing a stream tomorrow, but uh, let me see. I think I gotta put this chat back in and pop it back out now because I don't think it's updating. When I changed it all. Yeah, Digital says your mom is more interesting. Okay, come on. Why aren't you populating? All right. Let me see. I got the chat mixed up. Hang on. And all of a sudden Jarvis has stopped working. Hmm. I don't know why I have to do this on this program, but I have to do it a lot. I have to pop the chat back in and then take it back out to keep it. It's actually Extreme Ninja, I think it's what it's called. Is it warring? It's warring now. Uh, I'm going to read this from Killdozer. You guys can't see it because it didn't populate it, but it says, just for the record, that there is going to be a video posted on WhatsApp over the next few days about that really huge, nasty virus that infected your computer once you click on it. Oh, really? Hmm. All right. We'll keep a watch. We'll keep a watch for that. I don't know. I don't know if he's being serious or if it's a joke or something, but it reminds me of Weird Al Yankovic's virus alert. Delete immediately before someone gets hurt. Let me get ready to. Whoops. Got to be careful because covering up my camera. Let me get ready for mail time. I'm going to be playing the video. Jarvis should be working again now. Okay. Mike says he don't have WhatsApp, but in case anybody else does. Um, well, let's see. I had to unplug my one camera to get
Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. The mail's here. Here's the mail that never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want a whale. Mail!
What's in the mail today? What's in the...
You can hear me now? Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. Let me know if you don't. Here, you can hear me now? Okay. Evidently turning that camera on disconnected my sound. Okay. Sorry about that. I updated OBS and of course everybody says when you update there's always issues. So, but back to where I was at. Let me go back to the bench. Make sure. Do I have a? Yeah. Can you hear me here on the bench? Let me make sure. Should be able to hear me on the bench? Yep. Okay. I've got the Mobula 6 Eco. Big shout out to Tom at Deviance RC for sending the BTX kit and the quad out. They did not send them out for free. Paid for it with my own money. But was able to get it, and the plan is to compare this to the OG Mobula 6, the very first one. Now, it'll be the very first one with the modifications, because the very first one it didn't fly very well without modifications. But I'm going to kind of show you my plans, my thoughts of what I'm gonna. Yeah, I know most YouTubers already have this stuff out and all, but I had a thumbnail that for whatever reason I could not get YouTube to load it. This is going to be what I'm going to be comparing whenever I get a chance. This is the Mobula 6 HDzero. This is the stock version. Now I've changed it to the BT 2.0. The frame's been changed. It's not running by blades, and it has Blue Jay flash to it. All that I've done to this is set up my modes, bound it to my radio, and change the OSD and set my rates. And this one has the big difference between this one is this has the V3 camera in it. But already some things that I can tell you, and I have changed that PH 2.0. Newbie drone, come on, you need to. I know you really like your nitro nectar batteries, but I think pretty much everybody in the Whoop field has upgraded by now. But yeah, that'd be like kind of like a shootout. I can tell you, this one's video is superior in almost every way to the OGs. Some of the things that they've done, like you can see here, how the HDzero board sets flush, and I don't know how well you can see it. You can see the USB is actually in the space where the battery tray would go, because they've put it on the bottom. You can see here, put it on the bottom of the frame, so they set it down further in there, and I like that. That's a plus. The two downsides I've seen to this one is if you run this down below 3.0, it loses its bind, and you have about 35 to 40 seconds less flight time on the same battery as you do one of the regular HDzeros. But I've yet to do more than just put this around in here in the room and all, but it's good. One of you guys test out Jarvis and see if I'm still hearing. So I make sure I don't miss anything. I could do it. There we go. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So, Killdozer, Did you say Loretta Lynn spent part of her childhood or part of her time growing up north? Is that what you said? Or are you talking that part of Kentucky is north or what? I really didn't understand that earlier. Y'all can't hear Jarvis? Huh. Let me see. I can hear him. Well, he's not coming through desktop audio anymore. Yeah. Why is he not coming through desktop audio? Supposed to be. Oh well, it'll be something else I have to check out. I had to mess with the sound just a little bit to get Mom going. I'll have to reset it all up on another stream. At least I can hear it, and I'll be able to hear. If you guys try to get my attention, I can hear him. It's not even showing up. Oh, hang on. Let me try a couple of things here. I want y'all to be able to hear him too. Checking up. He's not coming through any of the feeds. Huh. Let me see if I can add an audio. Oh, I don't know what I've done now. Have I locked it all up? Let me try this. Mm-hmm. I don't know. No, it's not gonna work that way. I'll just have to look it up, get it fixed again. I don't know. This is just, I don't know why it does it like that. Let me see. I should be able to. Capture. Cancel. I can try to capture screen audio. It's gone. Now there is an echo. On what? Desktop audio? Nope. No echo. I won't mess with it. If there's no echo or anything, can you hear my voice good right now? Come on. Come on. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna mess with it so it can keep the stream live until we figure out what's going on. But you were able to hear me talking over the bench on the new Mobula 6 shootout that's going to be coming out. I just really need to get the time to do it. Tomorrow will be crazy. Anyway, so Uh, yeah, so we had a good race. Where's my phone? Let me see. Had a good race on Saturday. Let me share some photos with. Put them on my Mac Mini here. Maybe I can show you guys. Yeah, we had a pretty good race. I think we had 9 pilots, I think it was, that showed up for the race. So let me see. All right, here. Let's see what that does. All right. This was our sport class. Miss Aslan or Miss Mary. She got first place um, in the sport class, and her brother Mark, which that's her son, he had to leave before the medal ceremony was going, and then her husband Mark. That's just a bad picture of him. I only got one. Sorry about that, Mark. He was awake and he was doing fine. So he got third place. So yeah. And then in the uh, how's it going, B-Rad?
B-Rad Alston River City RVA.
How's it going, B-Rad? And in our main class, yours truly, PhatPastor got first place. I was almost robbed. Somebody, I'm not gonna say who, but somebody messed with my quad, and like in right before the finals, put some kind of mojo on it or something, and I had to switch to a different quad. But I was barely able to pull out the win, and Mr. Z King FPV got second place. So yeah, my eyes are closed. Yeah, he was sleep standing, but yeah, there we go. Look here. It's almost like I paid everybody to be wearing some form of PhatPastor shirt. Or maybe I'm just generous and just with my shirts. Speaking of shirts, I went to mail out the shirts today. If you've the winners, I'm just now starting to get over bronchitis again. I still lack one more person. I'd like to ship them all together. If you wanted a T-shirt or want a T-shirt, please email me your address. Also, not just telling me that you want one. I got to have an address to ship it to. If not, I'm going to ship them all out tomorrow. I wanted to ship them together, but if not, yeah, I'm going to send them without yours. So yes, B-Rad, that was 3D printed trophies. I made those. I'm going to make some bigger ones and some other ones. I just had another friend of mine send me something for some tiny trainers. But right here. Hey Phil, how's it going, man? Yeah, here's that was the one from February. That's the first place trophies, and it comes in gold, silver, and bronze. So yeah. How's it going, Phil? There's a buzz in the audio. I wonder if my headphones are going dead. You're staticky. Am I still staticky now? I'm hearing a buzz as well. Is it in every audio? Is it in this page too? When I talk, it doesn't. I don't know. I'll just go ahead and get through this. Let me hang on. Let me see something. I can try something else here. Let me see. I can try this. See what happens. All right. How does that sound? Is it double or is it any better? Is that any better? I just picked a different microphone. The one off the link camera. Echo now. Buzz. Echo, buzz. Still echo. Is there echo now? Shouldn't be any echo now. Still an echo? I did cut the headset, I believe. I'm trying to. I don't know where it went. Hang on. All right. That better? Let's see how that goes. Is that any better now? No. That's one way to do it, I guess. Is it double now? Still? Can't be now. Shouldn't be now. No change. Fixed. Alright. Thank God you can remove that, huh? Alright. That fixed it. Just remove the microphone. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Goodness. Well, I just feel like
You big dummy, you big dummy, you big cold-blooded dummy.
y'all have audio on that? Well, anyway. So yeah, the race went well. We had, I think we had 9 pilots. It turned out to be a pretty good day. We, got to mow my grass tomorrow.
That's what I get to do for my birthday. No, I'm not complaining. I don't want it to be Double A, how's it going, buddy? Been missing you on here, brother. How's life been treating you? I've been good. Hang on, I'm responding to a text. No, I shouldn't do that on the live stream, but I am. Ditchko, should have a response from me. All right. So yeah, that's I'm excited about it. I've got the Eco. It's still sealed. I've not taken it out of the package, but I have had this up flying it. You can see the difference. What I was talking about, how the board is set on these up higher, and how Newbie Drone set it flat. You can see how the connectors are a lot lower on the Newbie Drone. Let me get you some weights. You can see some stuff there. Happy birthday tomorrow, Marty. Well, thank you, man. Phil said he'll come mow my grass as a birthday present. I appreciate that, man, but as wet as it is up here, you probably end up getting your zero turn stuck, man. I need to get mine out and dust it off anyway. I don't mind mowing. I just haven't had much time lately. There's just been so much going on. The OG, I don't know if you guys can read that, is 25 grams even. The Eco is 23.3 grams. And the Newbie Drone is, it's a fatty, 27.3. That could be one of the reasons why it's got less flight time. But, yeah. So, but it's a FhatWhoop Race HDzero. Ceiling to the floor renovation. Oh, your Eco's coming tomorrow. Going to try to get it down to 21 grams. Oh, okay. You know, for me, I guess this is what you get used to, because I got the 533. Let me see, it's just right over here. Hang on, be right back. I've got the 533. There's one of my batteries, one of my 4 batteries I was missing. I got this. This was built by Mr. Charles. And it is really light. Let's see what it weighs. But for me, at least my flying skills right now, and The truth is I probably need to get better with something like this. That's 17 grams even. I don't know if you guys can see that. It gets lighter as I bring it up. How's that possible? It said 17 grams even when I set it on the... So it's almost too much power. It's definitely fast. It's a very fast little quad, but I don't know. I guess I've just gotten used to because the OG with the 19,000 kV motors is what I pulled out to regain first place at the end, because they're in the finals. I was really struggling when I changed quads. I was flying my blue one, and this could be something for you guys. I agree, Phil. The 533 seems solid, but I love HDzero. Phil, I need to get you one of these shirts right here, brother. Let me see if I can do this. I need to get you one of these shirts right here. Team PhatWhoop. Race HDzero. I just messaged Carl. I don't know if he's in country or not, but yeah, I know I can throttle limit it. But I'm wanting to send Carl one of these with his name on the back of it. I think this one's in blue. I don't know if you can see it or not. I had to turn around, but it's got my name on the back of it. I want to send Carl one, because he's definitely got to be an honorary member of Team PhatWhoop. I had somebody ask me, how do you join Team PhatWhoop? You don't join it. You just race HDzero. And that puts you in the bracket, if you will, of Team PhatWhoop. So yeah, I like it. You can definitely tell a difference, especially between the V3 and the how's it going, Lonnie? Hello, it was nice to meet you in Westmoreland today. All right. I don't remember please forgive me because my head injury. I don't normally have short-term memory loss, but where did I meet you at? Is it at the restaurant? No, I don't remember. But thank you for stopping by. Subscribe and become a member if you're into drones and want to be a part of the racing and stuff that we're doing here. I know I'm advertising on my vehicle a lot, and on going to be doing more advertising on the Whoop Wagon. So welcome, Lonnie. Subway. Okay. I went to Subway today. I probably did. There's no telling. Thank you, Lonnie, for the subscription. Yeah, come by and fly with us, and we meet up every now and then at the church, even when we're not having a race, and just fly. And we're not about to. We have broken out the tiny trainers. I'm going to start building some gates. I've got multi-GP tiny trainer gates, but I'm going to start building some LED gates for some tiny trainer races. So yeah, I'm excited about getting that done. And last night I finished this off, and I did a test hover, 3.5 inch in this. Yes, yes, Phil, we do need to go to Triple Creek with some tiny trainers. That would be cool. In between those trees, if we could kick kids out of there and people with dogs, and then we could rip around in there. Actually, set up some. I've got some of those. That's what we ought to do. I've got some of those soccer pop-up tents. I think I got like 3 of them, 4 of them. Mix them around in the trees in there, and we could just run a little practice thing right out there at Triple Creek, and all of that. So, Phil, you've got some good news. Yeah, we could fly the Frisbee golf track. Yeah, that's usually occupied, though. They usually got people on there. Uh, 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 yeah, plenty of space back there behind the rodeo spot. Yeah, could go back there and set up. Phil, you're heading to, is it the United Arab Emirates? Is that correct? Do I have audio now? Yeah, I didn't have that link. Let me do this. All right, you should have it now. Is that good now? Wow. Oh, OBS. It's. I guess it's free for a reason. So, all right. So, do you have my voice back? Can you hear me back? And then it had to screw the chat up again. All right. Yep. All right. Yes, you can hear me. Good. All right. So now this is through Phil. This is through multi-GP. It's not anything to do with DRL or anything, right? This is multi-GP going up to Dubai. Yes. Cool. Will it be televised? Do you know? I know there's a delay here, but yeah. So that's pretty interesting. So Lonnie, you're from the Westmoreland area? We need more local pilots, that's for sure. People interested in drones. The first S. I don't know what you mean, Randy. There we go. Yes, live from Sajara? Not Dubai. Can't say Dubai. Okay. I don't. Oh. Yes, live from Sajara. So will it be on YouTube, or is it going to be actually be televised? Do you know that? If you guys will, let me see. If you don't mind, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And it's like a little tip to the channel. Smash that like button. YouTube. There is also a link on the MultiGP page for the event. All right, cool. I'll find that. There we go. Hello, somebody. Specific? Yeah, I think he won the prop popper the other day. Double A wants to know if you're climbing gates or manning the buttons, Phil. Probably if they send him there, he's probably going to be doing a little bit of everything. Button boy. Well, you're moving on up. Or, I don't know. I guess some people's think that might be moving on down. I don't know. I love that. It never gets old. You guys got audio on that? Evidently. So is it just a group of group of guys from Champs that's going out there, or oh, so the track's being built for you guys. Does the family get to go with you, Phil, or I imagine that's probably a bit of a long flight for the little one. So all right, move along to the next thing I was going to cover. There is another race coming up that I'm gonna try to be a part of if everything goes like I have planned, and that will be in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Music City multi-rotor. There we go. Lost audio again because I went to another page that didn't have the right microphone. Sorry. That was... Wow, Marty. Let me just do this. Okay, now you got me here. This is the Fly Art Center for MultiGP, April the 6th, 12 a.m. to 10 p.m. They're going to do like an open class practice from 1 to 4, and then from 4 till finish is 65 millimeter ducted whoops, analog HDzero timing only. It does say that you need to be able to, please be able to change your VTX channel and power output settings via smart audio. And here's the thing, and a $10 landing fee is optional but not required to cover the cost of the venue. So, all right. Yeah, I had to add that audio source again. Phil, is MultiGP still going to have the freestyle track at I.O., or are they doing away with it? Family staying, I wish to go to that race, but okay. He's going to be, yeah, yep. All of these are just about, the rest of them are about losing audio and getting it back. All right. I don't know if there's any official word on the freestyle track at I.O. or not. Okay. All right. So, yeah, remember that's April the 6th. Go over there, and that's at Music City Multi-Rotor. Right there. So sign up for that. And so, all right. Yeah, I am feeling better today. My voice was pretty bad last night, and still got drainage today, but Z King says, I heard they aren't going to do it because of the interference DJI caused the racers last year. Just what I heard, though. I don't know. To be honest, I was surprised that it was there last year. There's just not enough to fly around. You can only dive a silo so many times, yeah. Let me get a cough drop. All right. All right, let me catch back up. Thank you, McFlies. Let's see if the alerts are working. Happy birthday, $19, $20 super chat. Thank you, McFlies, for the birthday super chat. I appreciate that. Phil says that the interference wasn't a real issue. Interference from freestyle has been a thing since 2019, but was usually because someone was on 200 milliwatts. It's insane. There it is. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. It is very welcome. All right. It's a good place to shake a leg and let your hair down. Oh, yeah. I'm really hoping that I get to make it to I.O. this year. I really feel that I'm missing out because double A shaking somebody's leg and whose hair you letting down. Oh, Phil. What we gonna do with you, Phil?
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy.
Well, I was planning on it last year, man. I had the room and everything, but my daughter started having seizures and stuff, and I couldn't make it. So, yeah, he gonna let his hair down. I wished I had enough hair to let down. So, that's me. But well, let's somebody messaged me, and it would really help if I had a memory. Somebody messaged me the other day with questions about trackside and the timers and all. Said that recommended that show up on the live stream. It's a good place to ask questions and all of that. So I don't know. Let's see their name. Well, I like mine kind of tight, but I don't like it kind of thin. I don't like that. Heard you can upgrade your memory soon thanks to Elon. No, thank you. No, nope. I'll stay jacked up. I'm all right with that. If Neon shows up, it will be his cup. You think he'll win, Io? I guess Evan and Minchan don't come to Iowa anymore, do they? Or are they? Oh, is he like the new guy to beat now? I'm not kept up with that part that much. I know he's popped in on Velocidrone and TinyWhoop Go a few times that I've been on there, and just kind of schools everybody and then drops back out. And so yeah, he's really fast. He has to show up. Too much money to be made elsewhere. Oh yeah. I know someone was telling me I was trying to get some information on whether the Tiny Trainer races were going to continue in Knoxville, and someone was telling me that if so, it probably wouldn't be Evan and them doing it. It would probably be someone else because they're about to get real busy. So I don't know if they're going along. Are they going on this Dubai thing? I don't know. Oh, Neon has just been out of circuit. He's always been fast. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm going to get me some big round Coke bottle glasses if I end up going to IO, so that I can look like Jesse and be cool. I'm joking. I think Jesse's one of the few people that can pull that off. Oh, you could tell me, but you'd have to kill me kind of thing. Okay. I understand. Can you say, is it one of those things where we're providing the racers, or are they just getting them from all over different places, or what? Well, I mean, you said you can't say who's going, so I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I know. I mean, I can see that. I can see that it will be. Yeah, I still need to follow up with the lady about volunteering to run uh, uh, lifetime, and I've sent in the paperwork or filled out the form, but I've not heard back from anybody. Oh, the racers were handpicked. Okay, cool. So basically, MultiGP is bringing the racers, and they're providing the track, and MultiGP is bringing the racers. Is that how? Don't be deceived, Marty. I know the power of the dark side strong in Phil, but I didn't think it was that strong. Yes, Randy. Handpicked. Well, if that's the case, if they were handpicked by MultiGP, why didn't I? Huh. Makes you wonder. I'm joking. They want people that actually race It's like, Marty, we want somebody that can finish a lap in enough time that, people can't say, I went to the concession stand in back and he's still racing. So something's happening here. Wouldn't it be cool if, see, I know nothing, but wouldn't it be cool if MultiGP kind of took over DRL? Wouldn't that be cool? Because, I've always heard that was the problem with DRL, is that DRL wasn't really FPV, when many of them that were in the decision making end of it weren't really FPV racers. So let's read this. MultiGP is bringing the racers and the race organizing staff. Also, MultiGP is bringing drones for the pilot to race as spec and even racing. I see now. I see. What's not clear is why they didn't, if they handpicked racers, why they didn't even pick me. I'm joking. Because they picked racers, not wannabe racers. So, so maybe this sounds even more exciting now. So, all right. It sounds like we need to have Phil on the show again as a guest when he can talk, not before, because we don't want to put him in any kind of situation which I know Phil would not even bat an eye. He's going to keep his word on any NDAs or anything like that. So I wouldn't put him in a situation that way anyway. So let me see. I feel like there's something that I need to do. I'm supposed to do tonight that I'm not doing. Let me check out the Discord. The main goal of MultiGP will always be to support the local chapters and local racers. Grassroots racing is the lifeblood of MultiGP. The big events are awesome, and I didn't sign an NDA. Well, yeah, but with you, if somebody just asks you not to say anything, that's good enough. All right, we're good there. So, all right. Well, I'm not gonna just keep this thing going just for the sake of talking longer. If I'm done with what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I was going to say this earlier. I got this one going, just test hovered it. I'm going to reflash the unlock and look at me, you big doofus. Got this one going. Just had it hovering in here. This is the built Crux 3.5 from HDzero. And I got it offline, but you have to, there's a special process. And when I'm doing it, I may make a video on it. But I think there's already several out there. Special process to go through to unlock the 1 watt VTXs. They come with just 25 and 200 like the others, and you've got to do a special flash to get it unlocked, and then and then another flash. But yeah, I'm interested to see how its legs stretch out on it. It's pretty light, and excited to give this a whirl. Might bring it if we decide to go to the Triple Creek one day. Hit me up, Phil, if when's a good time for you. The remainder of this week, with it being Holy Week, leading up to Easter, and my birthday. Monday was my wife's, or Tuesday was my wife's. Tomorrow is mine, so it's kind of busy. So yeah, got a lot going on, and yeah, I've heard that, Zach. I heard that it flies really good, and I mean, it's got a little unibody frame under it, and all of that. But I've heard from several people that's flown it that it's supposed to be a really nice flyer. So I'm interested to see how she handles. All that I can say about it right now is that the video works. It needs to be updated, and then we'll see how she goes from there. Weak frame though. Oh yeah, it would be easy to swap the frame. I will totally come out on the show after the event to talk about my experience and answer any questions. Yeah, we'll set that up, brother. You got my cell phone. Let me know. We'll put that on the schedule for sure. Tried to order one with my TinyWhoop, but they were sold out yesterday. Yeah, they sold out of it pretty quick. Yeah, make sure they feed you, Phil. I'm sure they'll feed him fine. How about Thursday the 4th? Well, the thing about Thursdays is I got to be back here by 6 to get set up. I don't know. I could probably do something from my iPad from on site. We'll talk about it. Phil says I think I'm most excited about the food. Do you already know how long of a flight will it be to Dubai? What, about 8 hours? Have it at the church. Could, but not really a whole lot of places to fly unless I get gates set up to fly a tiny trainer. But maybe before the 4th we could build some. I got the stuff to build it. All I need is some hands to help me, and we could build some LED gates and stuff. Do it there at the church. Phil has bad flashbacks about the last race inside the church. We were we were racing, and I was like, when we was done, I was like, hey, how about we all go to the Mexican restaurant? And Phil went to take his stuff out, and he's like, man, it is coming a blizzard outside. And it was snowing pretty hard on us. That wasn't the last time he was at the church. Just last time he was at the indoor. For 14 and a half hours. Whew. That's a long flight. yeah, we could. Okay, yeah. Fly during the day and then come back for the stream. I could do that. We're in the process too of updating all of the Wi-Fi at the church to access points to make it more even throughout. So, they'll give some of the new Tiny Trainer pilots something else to hit on the ceiling. So, yeah. So, I'm excited. I'm excited for you, Phil. That's really an opportunity of a lifetime right there. And everybody that knows you knows that your dedication to MultiGP. So you've earned it, brother. Go and have a great time, and then come back and we'll have you on here, and you can share with us and answer all of our questions and all that good stuff. Now I'm planning to do, I think it's either the 13th or the 20th of April, the final Whoop race in the Whoop season. To finish out, I should have finished it out in March, but because of the pneumonia stuff that I had and bronchitis twice, I wanted to get a certain amount of races in. So I am planning one more in April to finish out the Soaky Winter Whoop season. And hopefully I'll have a fairly decent prize for the winner of that, and second and third also. But I am planning on doing a pretty amazing trophy for that. So, yeah. Yeah, fly during the day. That'll work. Fly during the day and stream at night. That'll work. Yep. We can do that too. So, yep. All right. So, let's see here. So, I'm not gonna keep the stream any longer, guys. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the members for their support. If you would like to be a member of PhatPastor channel, there's links down in the description on how you can do that. That is greatly appreciated, and it, that stuff goes to be able to hold races. And on my neck, the wild hair looks like it. Yeah. All of that goes to be able to provide spaghetti and stuff like that for the racers, and drinks and stuff like that. So it's I appreciate it. All of the donations, it helps, and your support coming out to the races and showing up on the channel and chatting and all that kind of stuff, it helps. And remember to hit that like button, and where's it at? There we go. And subscribe if you haven't already, and it doesn't cost you anything to do that. And if you like the content and you are able to help, the biggest way that I don't have a Patreon, so the biggest way that you can help is to become a member on the channel. That also gives you extra tickets during giveaways, and gives you access to parts of the Discord that are for members only. But for the majority of the Discord, it is free for everybody. So I'll post a link in the description here. Not in the description, but in the chat. You can join the Discord. It's a good place if you got questions. Usually there's somebody on there, mostly at night, after people's back from work and all that kind of stuff, and trying to settle down for the night. We're on there talking drone stuff, planning stuff. Um, I'm on there building some kind of crazy gate or something like that. So yeah, come on out and be a part of it. Also, if you see the Whoop wagon around, let me know, and let's grow this thing and and see. I want to see racing get hot back in Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky again. There was a time when it was much more hopping than it is now, but we're working on it and we're making strides to remedy that. And so, yes. Also, if you know someone that's got a warehouse or a big pole barn or something that they're not using, that they would like to maybe rent out or something like that on a weekend type basis, let me know. Hit me up, and contact information is down in the description below. So yeah, we're looking at and I talked with someone today. Talked to him yesterday. 533. It looked like they were going to get a warehouse. Now, I don't know if that's off the table now. I know that it's not as sure as it once was, but hopefully they'll get all of that pulled together, because that would be really cool if they had able to have tiny trainer races, year round there indoors. Because that's the thing also about planning an outdoor race. You need to plan it at least a couple of weeks in advance. And here in Middle Tennessee, it doesn't matter what they tell you the weather's going to be in a couple of weeks. It's just a guess, because it changes like that. But thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. I'm going to wrap this thing up here. I know I've said that 2 or 3 times, but I'm wrapping it up now. Again, big shout out to Tom from Defiance RC for making the Mobula Eco available to me at what I was able to get it for with the VTX. I don't have the VTX open yet, and I just bound the quad and hovered it, flew it around in this little room, flying it up over these airplanes, and it was it handled it really well. Straight out of the box, it was really seemed like a good flyer. So yeah, actually flying up over these, it's a good way for me to dust them without having to take them down. I'll fly a whoop up over them, blow the dust down, and then just vacuum. So, but yeah. All right, guys. This has been Thursday Night Live, PhatPastor and Yang. Thank you all for coming out. And remember, wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, keep flying and rise up and meet me in the air.